Hello all and welcome to Wow Crochet yet again for another tutorial. My name is Mary and in today's tutorial we are working on these pieces right here for our dream catcher. Now our dream catcher we made a few days ago. I will pop a link to the dream catcher in the description box down below. We are now currently working on a few items for the dream catcher, and on Monday we will be finishing it off with adding 2 more items, and then we'll attach them all to the dream catcher on Monday. Very exciting. Guys, the tutorial itself was quite basic for this one right here. This one got a bit tricky, but we worked on it, and I did say that you will need your darning needle, but I just didn't use it, so don't worry about it. Just pretend like we never said it. How's that? You will need your crochet hook and you will need your stitch marker to continue with the tutorial. The darning with the sewing and everything, don't do that until we are ready to attach to our dream catcher on Monday. And that's it. That's really all I want to say about it. They're gorgeous little pieces. They are literally usually made with larger stitches, but yours truly worked on it and shrunk the stitches down because we have a small piece, okay? And there's nothing worse, I'm not going to use 2 of them, we're only going to use 1. There's nothing worse than having the item too big for your small piece. All right, so when we do our larger dream catcher, which is coming up, guys, we will use larger pieces. Just imagine that. I mean, gorgeous. It's not the way I want it arranged, it'll be different again. And we are making 2 other things on Monday as well. We're making kind of a little swirly tail thing for the middle, and we are making a little butterfly, very basic butterfly, nothing fancy, and it's just going to sit right up the top on your dream catcher. How gorgeous is that? I know, right? But those 2 items we're making on Monday. So today we're doing these, and tomorrow on Saturday morning's live I'll be discussing the dream catcher and everything else. Don't forget to join me on tomorrow morning's live because we actually have a spot giveaway that we're giving away. Yay! But in the meantime, guys, I'm not going to talk anymore. We're just going to get started with making our gorgeous 2 pieces that we're going to use for our dream catcher. Enjoy, guys. Alrighty, guys, we are going to do this a gorgeous little love heart today. Oh, is it so gorgeous? I love, love, love. Okay, I'll pop it over there for now. We're doing ours in a red. You will need to know how to do chains, half double crochet, 2 together, a little bit tricky, but it's only for 1 round, double crochets, a slip stitch, and you will need to know how to do the magic circle or the magic ring or the magic loop, whatever you want to call it. Okay, now I try to make the stitch as basic as I can, so I'll take my time with the magic ring. It can be a little bit fiddly to hold, so pop your tail end in front, wrap your working end around your fingers, forming a little crisscross right there. Now you're going to pop your hook under the first loop and pulling that back loop forward and up. Now you hold, see that back loop, that back thread, that's your working thread. You're going to hold it back there and everything else gets held in front. Your back loop is always behind you, okay? So now you're just going to grab a loop around the hook and pull a loop through. That is a chain stitch, all right? We're going to do that again, yarn over your hook and pull it through the loop on your hook. That's your second chain stitch. Let's just close that center a little bit, not too much. Now I need you to do a half double crochet. That's your yarn over your hook, and your hook goes in that center, holding everything with that left hand, or whatever hand you're working with. Yarn over your hook, pull up a loop. You should have 3 loops on your hook, yes? Yarn over your hook, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Now, before you continue, don't pull your end out like I have. That's some experience, I know, to pick it all up later. You've just completed that stitch right there. I'm just going to bring that down so I can show you. Now that stitch right there has a little V-looking stitch right there. Yes? The stitch before it has its own V. You need to grab your stitch marker and pop it in that stitch just before the last one we did. I hope that makes sense. All right. and doing it very carefully so that you don't lose your circle. Well, that really hurt my finger there. You didn't see that, did you? All right, so you still have your threads there in front, and just give your working yarn a bit of a tug. All right, just moving everything over like that. Now you're chaining 1 and 2. Yarn over your hook, popping your hook in the space, pulling up a loop. Now this is still a half double crochet, but we're going to do half double crochet 2 together. Yarn over your hook again, popping it back in the loop again, pulling up the loop. You should have 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over your hook, pull through all 5 loops on your hook. Does pay to do that stitch a little bit loose, not too tight and not too loose, of course. Chaining 2, 1 and 2. Just moving everything over. We're going to do it again. Yarn over your hook, pop it in the space, pull up a loop. Yarn over your hook, back in the space, pull up another loop. 5 loops on your hook, yarn over your hook, pull through all 5 loops on your hook, chain 1 and 2. Okay, do yourself a favour, give that tail end a bit of a tug, not too much. We still need to do 5 more of these sets in this space. Okay, yarn over your hook, pop it in the space, pull up your loop, yarn over your hook, back in the space, pull up another loop. 5 loops on your hook, yarn over your hook, pull through all 5 loops on your hook, chain 1 and 2. And again, in the space, over the hook again, in the space, and pull through all 5 loops on your hook, chain 1 and 2, and again. Okay, 1 and 2. Now we need 8 of them. How many do we have now? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 2 more. In. One and 2. And 1 more. And in. One and 2. We should now have 8. Let's just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You must have 8 or the pattern won't work. Okay. Now, best part, guys, see that little tail end? Let me bring that out a bit. The little tail end right there. If you start giving that a tug, that circle will close. Ta-da! Magic. Okay, so there's your, remember the little stitch marker that we put in that I struggled to get in and it hurt my finger? Too much information, right? Let's get a close-up. You need to slip stitch into that stitch marker, all right? So you need to pop your hook in that space right there, taking out your stitch marker, and just pulling a loop through, and then pull it through the loop on your hook. That is called a slip stitch, all right? And we've made sure we're chained in between. Easy, yeah? That is the most difficult part of this pattern. Trust me, the rest is going to come easy for you, yeah? All right, so I'm just separating the spaces here so you can have a look-see. So all those little spaces right there, okay, are where you need to get into, those 2 chains that we did in the previous round. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to start off with yarn over your hook. You're going to be doing a double crochet in that space. So yarn over your hook, pop your hook in the space, yarn over your hook, pull up a loop. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over your hook, pull through the first 2 loops. Yarn over your hook, pull through the last 2 loops. All right, what I want you to do now is to grab that stitch marker again, and you're going to pop it in that tight little stitch there that you just made. All right, tight little stitch, and there you go. Now you are going to do 5 more of those in the same space. So yarn over your hook, in, pull up a loop, yes, yarn over your hook, pull through the first 2, yarn over your hook, pull through the last 2, and again. Yarn over your hook in the space, yarn over your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over 2, yarn over 2. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I'm counting those little V's. So now we're doing 2 more. 1 and 2. I'm just going to close that stitch marker properly. I'm a bit worried it's going to come undone and I'll miss my spot. There you go, that's better. You didn't see that. All right, so now we're going to do 3 double crochets, exactly the same as what we've done here. We're just going to do 3 in that next space. Okay, in is 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, in the same space, we're going to put 2 half double crochets. Okay, so that's yarn over your hook, pop it in the space, pull up a loop. Okay, 3 loops on your hook. Now these ones down here were half double together. This is just a normal half double. So yarn over your hook, pulling through all 3 loops on your hook. Okay, that's 1. You're going to do it again in the loop, pull up a loop. In the space, pull up a loop. 1, 2, 3, yarn over your hook, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. So you've done your 3 double crochets and 2 half double crochets. In your next space, you are doing 4 half double crochets. Yarn over, pop it in the space, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 3. That's 1 and 2 and 3, last one, 4. Okay, now with the next one, a little bit tricky, but no, not difficult at all. We're just going to do 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Okay, chain 1. Then you're going to put another 3 half double crochets in the same space. 1, 2, 3. And then you're jumping into your next space. We are repeating this side, the other way though this time. So now we are doing 4 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in your next one, we are doing 2 half double crochets and 3 double crochets. So pop in your 2, 1, 2. So now we are doing the double crochets. Yarn over, pop it in the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. We're doing another one in, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, 2, yarn over, 2. One more. Okay, pretty cool, yep. You have one last space there, and the other space kind of consists of nothing really. So you have that one last major space there, okay? In that last space, what are we doing? We are going to put 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Here we are. There's our stitch marker. Probably our best bid was to put our stitch marker in the first stitch that we finished off with, which is actually right there somewhere. I popped it in there because that was the first stitch that we started. I just wanted you to see where to start. But the stitch marker probably should have gone into that stitch right there. See that little gap space you see there? Right there that I'm playing with right there. You need to pop your hook in there, that little space. Pull a loop through like so. Whoops. Pull the loop through on your hook. Now grab a loop and just pull it through. Grab your scissors, give your work a cut, and just pull that loop through all together, nice and tight. Okay, take that stitch marker out for a minute so you can see what I meant. There. Okay, and you can start to see it forming shape. Now there's the original that I did. Okay, so you start to see it forming shape. You just have to give it a little bit of a tug. All right, like that. That stitch there is a little tight. There we go. All right, so there you go. Ta-da! There you go. That goes at the back, that goes at the back. This one looks a little bigger for some reason. Use the same hook, same yarn. Go figure. Anyway, so there you go. All right, maybe because I tugged at it earlier on purpose just to get it in shape. That is your love heart for now. We're not going to worry about weaving in these ends yet. Hold on to these tails that you see. Yours might be shorter, it doesn't matter. Hold on to them and we will use them to help us out with attaching to our little, what's it called? Dream catcher. Get it right, Mary, when it's time to do that. Okay, so that's your heart. And this is what we're going to do next, our gorgeous little star. Why? Because that's what I want to do. Now, what are we going to use? In fact, we might just use the same thread. I think I have a smaller skein here somewhere. Ah, there we go. You'll be using exactly the same stitches for this particular tutorial and probably not double crochets. You'll be using chains, half double crochet, slip stitch, and of course your magic ring or magic circle. So yarn over your, it's too close, yarn over your 3 fingers. Whoops, I'm sorry guys, blippers. All right, yarn over your tail end over your fingers, your working yarn all the way over, forming your little crisscross. Okay, now grab your hook, pop it under the loop, pulling your back loop forward and up, holding everything nice and tight, and don't let go or you'll lose the loop. All right, so now we are going to chain up 3, 1, 2 and 3. I'm sorry, make that 2. Excuse me, Mary, get it right. Just give that tail a little tug. All right, we are going to do a half double in the same space. Pop your hook in, pull up your loop. You know how to do all this, you've done it before, and pull it through all 3 loops on your hook. Okay, chain 1, 2 and 3. You're going to put 3 half double crochets in the space. 1, 2 and 3. Give that a little bit of a tug. Well, not too much, that's too much. Don't make it that small, guys. Whatever you do, don't make it that small. Okay, chain 1, 2 and 3. We're going to put another 3 half doubles in the same space. 1, 2 and 3. Okay, how many do we have? 1, 2 and a half. I'll explain the half to you later. Chaining 3, 1, 2 and 3, and another 3 half doubles. 1, 2. I hope you don't do your stitches as tight as mine. 3. Chaining 1, 2 and 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and a half. Yep. We're going to do another 3 half doubles. 1, 2 and 3. You don't need to pull up your loop. I'm just going to count to see how many we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. Now let me explain the half to you. Alright, so we probably should have put our stitch marker in there, but I'll help you find the stitch. Okay, you're chaining 3, 1, 2 and 3. Before you slip stitch, we have to put one more half double crochet in there to finish off that half. Okay, so yarn over your hook, pop it in the center and pull up a loop, yarn over your hook, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Because before we worked up 2 chains and 1 half double crochet instead of working up 2 to make it 3 like the rest. Okay, now before we slip stitch, actually you know what, we'll do it after we slip stitch, that way you can see the stitch. All right, so see that stitch right there? Let me get a nice close up because I forgot to put the stitch marker in. I do apologize, guys. That stitch there that you see quite easily belongs to your half double crochet. Right before it, there's all these little tiny chains that yours truly is going to have trouble getting through because I crochet very tightly. Okay, you have to try and get it through the 2 loops like that of that chain. So that stitch, that belongs to that, and that's the stitch you should be in. Okay, now you grab a loop and you just pull it through and pull it through the loop on your hook. Now give your tail at the back here. Let me bring that out so you can see what I'm doing. So that little tail there, not your loop, just your little tail end. If you give it a tug, your center closes up like magic. I know it's not magic. We know it's not magic. We know it's maths and science and everything else. But, you know, we just want to humour everybody and say it's magic. Okay. All right. We do need another stitch. I'm sorry. We needed a single crochet. I forgot all about the single crochets. I do apologise. But in the same stitch, we're going to pop a single crochet. Now, single crochet is you just pop your hook. Oh, gosh, in that tight stitch that we just did, that we just went in. Pop your hook in that same tight stitch. Pull up a loop. You should have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over your hook, pull through 2 loops. All right, shouldn't be that difficult, it's just that mine was very tight. Sorry, guys. So in this space here, we are putting 3 half double crochets, chain 3 and 3 half double crochets. So yarn over your hook, wait before you do, grab your stitch marker, because this is the naughty thing I forgot to do before. Pop it in that stitch that we just made. See those 2 little loops there? They look like V. Pop it through those 2 loops, close it up, and then we can work. I feel so much better now. I'm so sorry that I forgot it before, guys. So yarn over your hook, pop them in the space, pull up your loop, and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. That's 1 half double crochet. Now we're going to put 2 more. And 3 altogether. Now we are chaining 3. 1, 2 and 3. And we are putting another 3 half doubles in there. 1, 2 and 3. Just going to give these little stitches a big stretch so you can see them. Before each one of these stitches here, in between there will be 1, 2 and 3 half doubles. You can't really see them, they're kind of all squashed together. But the center stitch of your half double is not the one on the side there, and it's not the one that's stuck in there, but it's right there. Okay, you need to put a single crochet, not in that first space you see, but in the second space. And a single crochet is pop your hook in that little space, pull up your loop, yarn 2 loops on your hook, yarn over your hook, pull through 2 loops. That's your single crochet. You need to put that in between every one of these spaces that we get into. I'll show you what I mean now. So now what you need to do is pop in 3 half double crochets in there, 3 chains and 3 half doubles. So off we go. 3 half, 1, 2, 3, chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and 3 half doubles to complete that set. 1, 2 and 3. All right, now before we jump into that little space, remember that single crochet we need to put in, not into that first space, but right in the middle there. I know it doesn't look like the middle, but it is, because I'll show you it in a second. Right here is the stitch to your next half double. Okay, so that is definitely the middle. Now we're doing 3 half doubles in that space. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 2 and 3, and 3 half doubles. 1, 2 and 3, and single crochet in that stitch, not the first one but the next one right there, and 3 half doubles. It's exciting, this one, isn't it? Because it's going to be nice and quick. 2 and 3, chain 1, 2 and 3, and 3 half doubles in the same space. Oops, nearly missed that stitch. 2 and 3, and right in the middle there you pop your single crochet. Nearly done, guys. Can you believe this one? It's nice and quick. 3 half doubles in your next space. 1, 2 and 3, chain 1, 2 and 3, and 3 half doubles. 1, 2 and 3. All right, now remember before how we put a stitch marker in that single crochet? You're going to slip stitch in that space right there. Yes, and just pull a loop through, pull up a tail and give it a cut. Oops, take that stitch marker out. Sorry guys. Yeah, now right at the back here where you've got your tail, you know, that little circle tail, just give it a big tug. Okay, lay your little star out in front of you, and guess what? You just completed your star. How easy is that star? I mean, truly so easy. It's a good thing we did the heart first. Where is it? Right there. It's a good thing, hang on, bring it out of it. It's a good thing we did the heart first, because the star is so much easier. I love, 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 love. Okay, so those are the 2 items we're working on today. Next week, however, we're going to be working on 2 different items as well. On the Monday, join me on the Monday, and we'll be working on the butterfly, and also on some tail ends, or actually just one tail end that we are going to dangle down the front of that. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share and do all those wonderful things that you guys do for me. And don't forget to join us tomorrow morning's live to discuss what's been happening this week and what's happening next week. And tomorrow morning I even announce a spot giveaway, which is a very small gift I like to hand over to someone who has a lot to do with the channel over the past 500 subscribers. Not the past 6,800, just the past 500 subscribers. All right, so thank you very much guys, and as I say after all my tutorials, ciao for now.